Hello dear students, I am Sandeep Chaudhary from Pune. Dear student, in this third part of the video, we are going to complete analysis of remaining stanza of the poem 2.1 Cherry Tree. So let's start. Page number 67. In earlier part, dear student, we learned that when poet Ruskin Bond, he was just a school going boy, and 8 years ago he planted a tree seed in the ground and he forgot about it. Afterwards, when he saw it, the plant was about 5 months old. Even though the grass grazers, cattle attacked on the plant, but the tree has power to grow as it was the power of the nature. Let's see. For light and air and sun, I could only wait as one who watched, wandering while time and the rain made a miracle from green growing pain. Student, now we come to know here as what are the which things are required by the tree. And so poet want to tell here, though the plant was very small, but whatever things which are required for the tree, nature provide all those things to the cherry plant free of cost, including light, rain, sunlight, air. So poet was observing all these things, how the sampling growing gradually, slowly, as the thrust to live life. It was, we cannot say, it was just for the nature. Dear student, here the example of alliteration is given there: watched, who, wandering, and while. So W later is repeated again and again in the sentence. Even the next sentence, made a miracle from green growing pain. Now there are again example of alliteration, made and miracle, and even as well as green and growing. So this, in the same sentence we get two example of alliteration, M sound and G sound. So here poet felt very miracles as the plant was live and thriving. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry tree at my door. Student, next year, next season, poet Ruskin Bond went to Kashmir. He spent entire season there, but when he returned, some time had lapsed because he spent entire season, the summer season, in Kashmir Valley. So when he returned, he came back as a thinner, rather poor. Maybe he spent a lot of money for accommodation, food, picnic, all these stuff. Even he become thinner, rather poor. So as he do not have that much money because he already spent money in Kashmir Valley. But when he saw 6 feet high my own dark cherry, I could scarcely believe it a berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from the branch just one. Dear student, there is antithesis. Poet says, I came back as a poor, but my tree is richer. Now, rich and poor both are opposite terminology, opposite concept used in this sentence, in this stanza by the poet. So, example of antithesis. He became poor, but cherry tree became richer. But in what sense? It shows the growth of the cherry tree. Poet found 6 feet tall tree. Last season, poet could see only the tree was very small, just 5 months old. But now, when poet returned from Kashmir, he was shocked, he was thrilled, he was excited, observing the growth of the tree. It was around 6 feet high. I could scarcely believe it a berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from the branch just one. Now, when poet saw 6 feet tall tree, he felt so proud. Now he could say, he could declare, "This is my tree. It is his own cherry tree." And he could not believe that there was actually a ripe red cherry hanging from the branch. Poet was so excited when he saw the single fruit on the branch of the tree. And so poet says, ripen. It was ready to eat and jeweled in the sun as there was sunlight. And poet really become awestruck observing the single fruit on the branch. Next year there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall. At the merest breath, the slippiest breeze. A poet say, now this year I could found only a single cherry. Now the tree could bear fruits. And so next year now it was the season of the fruits, flowers. And poet was amazed. Next year observing there were pink, fragile, quick to fall, and the merest breath, the slippiest breeze. Merest means very slightly, very slow. Even if you take the breath near the flower, those are the pink and fragile, very innocent, very delicate flowers of the cherry plant. They may fail any time. Even if you flow, if you take a very slow breath also, this even the slippiest breeze means very slow breeze, wind also can fall them. Student, there is example of climax. Climax means when poet organize ideas in ascending order of pink, fragile, quick to fall. So these ideas are arranged in proper ascending order. So this is example of climax. Student, we have completed this passage. In this passage, we come to know that the poet returned from Kashmir Valley. He was shocked looking his 6 feet tall tree. He observed the single cherry and it was ready to eat. But next year, the entire tree was fully loaded with fruits and flower. And those were very delicate, innocent flowers, pink and fragile, quick to fall. So poet want to say that now the tree's growth, it may complete soon. The tree, the sapling convert into a big tree. Let's see last stanza of the poem. I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue, blind sky at the finches as they flew, and fitted through the dappled green, while bees in an ecstasy drank. Now, student, let's see first meaning. At ease means relax. The poet visited the tree. Now, this cherry tree, it is in full blossoms with fruits and flowers hanging on the branches. So, poet want to look at the tree in a relaxed manner. So, he lay down on the grass near the cherry tree at ease, very relaxing manner. And he started looking through the leaves of the cherry plant. He was looking at the blue blind sky, and when he looked through the tree in the sky, he found finches. Finches are the small birds who could eat seeds of the cherry plant. So poet observed now the finches started visiting cherry plant. They wanted to eat delicious fruit. They want to eat seeds. Through fitted through the dappled green, while bees in an ecstasy drank. Ecstasy means feeling of great happiness. Student, fruits are really enjoyed. Fruits, flowers are enjoyed by birds, animals, Those are the natural life. Now they could enjoy these fruits and flowers of the tree. So dear student, now see who started visiting cherry plant when it was in a full blossoms. Poet want to come to the tree, and he is lying on the green grass under the tree looking at the evening sky. Between the branches he saw birds, those birds darting about, and even bees, honeybees started visiting to collect the nectar from the flowers. Nectar from each blossoms, and the sun sank swiftly. The stars turns in the sky, the moon moth and the singing crickets. And I, yes I, praise night and stars and tree that small the cherry grown by me. Student, when Ruskin Bond, the poet, started observing through the branches of the tree, he saw birds, finches. Now he saw bees also started visiting the plant because they wanted to collect nectar. Nectar, that sweet liquid which are produced by the flowers. And you know the honeybees try to absorb those sweet nectar and they store in their house, that is hole. Now students, sunset. Now it is evening time, this is dusk time. Already sun has set. Stars appear, and afterwards there were noise of the crickets. Cricket means these are the insects who could create noise at night time. Moon moths flew about, and his heart sang with full joy of his cherry tree planted so many years ago. Student, in last stanza, poet enjoy company of birds, bees, cricket moth, singing cricket. He started praising the night, beauty of the nature, how due to the presence by the tree, how the atmosphere looks so beautiful, and it was enjoyed by all the natural elements. Stars also appeared, and student, there is one example of personification. Moon moths and singing crickets, and I. Poet called them singing cricket. Actually, this singing quality belongs to human beings, but singing quality applies to insect. So, example of personification. Student, in last stanza, poet narrated that how now 8 years ago I saw the seed of the cherry plant. Now that sampling converted into a big cherry tree, and now he is also excited. Now this tree belongs to me. Poet is feeling so proud, and that is why he is enjoying the company of the cherry tree. Students, I hope you have understood the entire information of the poem. You may get some vocabulary related points also. You can go through the slides. You can take screenshot also, student, and note it down afterwards. So here one more example of the nature poet. As you know that William Wordsworth, he is a nature poet, and his poem Daffodil is very famous, an elegant poem. So student, try to read this poem loudly and try to bahar this beautiful, wonderful poem by nature poet William Wordsworth. I hope you understood this poem. Try to listen the video again and again for better comprehension, student. Here are the examples of figure of speech. You can take screenshot of them and please note down in your notebook. Here are some nature poets like Robert Frost, B.B. Shelley, William Wordsworth, John Keats. Among these all are the famous nature poet. Student, I hope you enjoyed explanation of this poem. Thank you so much. Please watch next video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.